2, 3, 4.
The world was so big, and I was so small. Your voice was always the loudest of all.
I think it's about time to get new mic covers because these are like.
Are they pilling?
Beginning to
Are
shed.
they pilling?
For whatever reason.
It's weird.
Oh,
Mine's not.
Pilling.
It's
Pilling.
like a sweater.
Okay.
That's
Sweater
weird. Mine
pills?
isn't.
Oh, maybe you
You know
can
what I like to
do.
do
I'm all goofed out on sweater
when
pills
I was
right
in
now,
middle
bro.
school and I got a lighter? I would put the lighter against my sweater and I'd burn the pills off in school and I'd get in trouble because I was
Smell
you're
like
not
pill.
supposed to do that.
To 2 days detention for every pill. Those are worth $5 each on the street, though.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
They didn't make marks on my. They didn't make any marks. They just. I just burned the pills off.
I understand.
That's really great.
Sorry, were you saying something?
And it starts like this. Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Michael C. Maronna.
Only in position.
And to his right, Mr. Danny Tamberelli. And my name's Jeremy. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Minisode. Fellas, I know I did such a great job last time of really getting you guys some primo curated content.
Let's go back to the bank, bro. Let's go to the bank because I know that our account is fat right now.
It's
of voicemails.
Our cup runneth over, and
of voicemails.
Let's just get it going. You want to go?
I'm ready to go.
Right.
Hi. So this is Meg Fiorello. I'm calling because the craziest thing just happened to me.
Hi, Meg.
Sitting watching the news game with my husband Joe.
We know her. We know
I'm
them.
looking at Instagram in between the commercials because he watches the game and I watch the commercials. And
so you got it worked
this
out.
guy I used to work with posts an Instagram story of this woman walking this amazing bulldog with this wonderful, incredible underbite.
Love bulldogs.
With the word mood under it.
Mood.
And it was my friend from another life who he was paparazziing. So you guys know what it's like to be famous. Maybe you can give her some advice now that she's super famous.
Meg, what the hell are you
on
talking
Instagram,
about?
meaning 200 people have seen her.
Whoa.
Well, sure. Don't let it go to your head.
Look,
you already took care of the tough part. You married Joe. You married Joe.
Oh,
you
gosh.
You got past the tough part. Congratulations.
That's well, it had nothing to do with their marriage. It's probably was just 5 years old, but at this point in time,
It was the first time as far as the voicemail audience is concerned.
oh, correct, yes.
It's new to them.
I would also say that look, cute dogs get likes. Just how it is. If your face looks like a cute little
pile of roast beef,
if you had a sweet underbite and you're a chow, you could get hundreds of thousands of likes.
Mm-hmm.
And on the opposite side of that, the ugliest dogs in the world also get tons of likes because they're like, "Oh, you're so cute because you're so ugly." So that could also be a metaphor for
horseshoe theory.
Yes. I mean, I've never seen a horseshoe I ain't think was pretty.
Well,
at both ends.
Let's go right into another one. How about that?
Thanks, Meg.
Thanks, Meg.
Thanks, Meg.
Hey guys, this is Josh G from a town in
Oh,
western Ohio.
Gosh, these
I have
Ohio
a question
kids.
for Mike, Danny, possibly Lori Beth, and the
Pass.
artist
We said
formerly
we'd
known
pass.
as Scoots. I would like to know, individually, what is the brand you folks hate the most?
Okay, he asked me
Thanks, guys.
first.
Talk to you soon.
He asked me
Josh.
first. He asked me first, so I got to lie down and think about this one.
For the
I have been
Patreon subscribers, when you're not seeing Mike, it's because he is currently in a horizontal position.
And now he's making lewd gestures.
I would think, Josh G from Western Ohio, that I have been so freaked out lately about how much. I mean, it's not just because there's been a prevalence of news stories about it. I've been thinking about this for a while, about how much plastic we use every single day. We use shit cans of it. We use pounds of it every single day. So much plastic. And since China stopped buying it, it just like kind of gets shredded as opposed to it used to get recycled into stuff. And it just happens really inefficiently. So I'd say really still hating on Nestle is my number one. That's my number one. Even though there's much shittier corporations out there to hate. There's a brand I hate.
All right, you stole mine, but go ahead.
Really?
Nestle's my number one. It's the only one that only one that online I will say.
You get 2 tries.
Fuck Nestle.
You get 2 tries because you can get Lori Beth's as well.
Oh well.
Well, no, we can ask Lori Beth, and then on another. You just keep listening.
Thanks, Josh.
Or you can just text
figure
her.
it out.
Yes.
Tamberelli, you're up.
Me?
Guitar Center, they suck.
No. Talking brands we hate.
Brands
we hate. You can name any one of our major banks. I pretty much hate. Not good. They don't do good business. People don't do good business.
Yet we probably all have one of those accounts.
And yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Google. I'll say Google. Google's going to take all of our information if they haven't already.
That's your brand?
You got to be careful. And I use it too.
Damn,
it's
bro.
true.
I'm going to go with the brand WordPress. And I'll tell you why. I hate this brand right now because, quite frankly, their system is a little wonky and our website was down for 2.5 days.
For publishing.
More than that. No, more than that.
Okay.
More than that. I alerted you.
Oh, yeah,
I alerted you after a week or two of it still being down. Yes, it was
week
down.
or two?
Yeah, because it went from just saying initiating Danny, Mike, and Jeremy, and it would never get to the homepage, and that was like a week of that.
Gotcha.
While I was trying to promote shows.
I volunteered to open the website for 3 days straight, and I just kept watching it say, loading Danny, loading Mike, loading Jeremy.
I thought maybe, the trolls were getting sneaky with Mike and just trying to crash our website.
The mainframe.
What we figured out was that WordPress was just fucking us without updating their shit.
Or auto-updating.
With no Vaseline. Just a match and a little bit of gasoline.
So yeah, there you go. There's our current brands that we absolutely.
Hey guys, I can't access my Gmail now.
All of a sudden. There's your answer, Josh. Thanks for calling.
Hey guys, this is Gary out in Brooklyn.
Hey Gary.
Love the podcast. Just wanted to leave a message today. I've been showing a friend Pete and Pete, and it's really cool.
Is his name
back through
Jeremy?
it and just rewatching it and exposing somebody to it for the first time.
Sounds like it's a drug. They're like, look, I sat down last night.
Exposing is the part that you're.
I sat down last night with my buddy, and we took Pete and Pete.
He was exposed to iocane powder. Go ahead, Sharon.
I'm really disappointed that there's still no DVD. I know that apparently it was made and it's sitting in a factory somewhere.
Gary, stop. Gary, you're in Brooklyn. We're going to Jersey. Get on,
Get on the train.
It's a bridge and a tunnel.
Get your grappling hooks.
Yeah.
Go to our website that now works.
Get your ninja wall climbing gloves.
Join
that
our newsletter.
We see. Join our newsletter.
And we will tell you of the.
Join our Substack newsletter.
It's going to be much less excitement than the Area 51 raid.
If you have a shoe size of 9.5 to 11, I've got some sticky shoes that I'm trying to get rid of here. That I'm really trying to use.
Climbers.
They're wall climbers, very sticky. 9.5 to 11. If you can fit, I can ship.
Call now.
It's great content.
I just love the cinematography in that season. I feel like the show got an entirely new look, and it's still very fresh.
Oh.
Thank you, Gary.
And I was actually thinking today, Danny had such a big career on Nick post Pete and Pete. He was on All That and Figure It Out. He was on an episode of Space Cases. I was wondering
The 100 Deeds of Eddie McDowd. Thank you.
Project was after Pete and Pete. And this is, I guess, a two-part question for Mike.
I can
Mike,
tell. We can stop whenever you
can go
care
back.
to.
You can go back because he talked
to.
over the part that he asked the question.
I heard what his question was. His
What was
question
it?
was, what was my favorite thing to
Post-
do post Pete and Pete?
Right.
I'm listening.
Pete and Pete.
I'll take this.
Well, the reunion shows.
All the
There you go.
reunion
There you go.
shows.
All the what shows?
No, all that, man. All that was so fun.
I could have told him that.
Speaking of, I was in a Marshall's recently shopping for some props, and there is so much all that stuff out there, especially at the secondhand clothing goods store.
Like
you saying
old,
I almost
old
bought an
school,
all that
all
shirt.
that
yeah.
shirt.
Well, it had all that. It had all the, and then a bunch of cartoons from Nickelodeon in the '90s. But it was just an all over type thing.
You know what happens?
only
That's
$10.
that's what happens every time they do layoffs at Viacom. The secondhand
This is
stores
their
get
severance.
really
Yeah.
just stocked with all sorts of swag.
This is their severance.
Fuck this company!
Yeah,
I can't even believe they fired me. Blah, blah, blah.
They
I'm
can't-
never gonna wear this shirt again.
They can't bring themselves to wear something that reminds them every day of
This
this
shirt is painful.
merger between CBS and Viacom.
done
You're going.
anything on Nick after Pete and Pete? If you were offered anything, what would you have done? I know that you kind of, based on a couple of articles I've read, you kind of wanted to branch out into more independent territory. But, you know, if you had to go back and do anything on Nick post Pete and Pete, what would it be?
Sure.
He was on Figure It Out. He did an episode of Figure It Out,
Sure.
so he did come back.
Sure, Nick. They had pitched a spin-off to MTV of Big Pete, you know, grows up, goes to college, and it was roundly passed on. I believe they passed it around a table, and each person passed it along until it came back to the person who had originally passed it to the table.
That's how they got passed.
That's
in the
how
90s.
That's how things got passed. So I aged out of Nickelodeon pretty quick. I mean, it would have been like Big Pete's pops a pimple. You know, I was not in the Nickelodeon.
It would have been. It would have been Daria live action in a college.
That's really nice. That's very nice. I didn't have the perfect hair.
That would have been
but
great.
yeah.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah, that's interesting. Definitely an aesthetic. There's an aesthetic there.
Daria was Tank Girl.
Daria as Tank Girl.
Yes, go.
For replying to my tweet the other day regarding the Not a Surf video. And I hope you guys have a great Friday.
You're welcome, Gary.
Wherever you are. And I'll
Whoa, weird. It is a Friday today.
You're welcome, Gary.
That we're here
3 years
in the
later.
studio. Yeah.
Because Jeremy, no.
For those listeners who don't know, the Not a Surf popular video was shot at Bayonne High School, which is where the opening credits of Pete and Pete were shot, and the episode Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yeah, he was talking about a Not a Surf video that I did.
Oh, that you did? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
It's for a song called Whose Authority off of a record they came out about 6 years ago or something like that. 7, 8 years? No, it's longer than that. Sorry, I'm bad with math.
That's a double. That's a double Not a Surf cross.
It's true. Which in Ghostbusters would have blown the doors of reality wide open.
What were you doing in the video?
Just riding my bike around. Now that I come back to it, I was still talking to a buddy of mine fairly often. I want to say it was like 2007, 2008 when I shot this video. Is that possible?
Fuck.
I think it is. Maybe it's 2010.
I saw
Maybe it's a million.
I was looking.
Maybe it was a million.
Something for our tour, our Nostalgia Personified tour, which you should definitely check out on the website. That's totally up and working. I saw that you were in a short film post Pete and Pete. Actually, later than that, I think several years later, called I Am One. No, fuck. Should have written this down. But anyway, I didn't know. So I looked at your IMDb and there was something on there. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that. So I tried to look for it to watch it and I couldn't find it. It's probably on film, is why.
Yeah, I don't know what you talk. If you can't give me a title, I'm not going to be able to.
Wow.
Let me look. First fact checked of this mini.
For the
viewers. I can go through all 5 movies I was in.
Yeah, I can count.
I can name them all.
I can count the movies I was in on one hand, pretty much. Non-mutant hand. One non-mutant hand.
It was called. Get ready. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm scrolling. Yeah,
wow.
you're currently scrolling.
Really ready.
He's still scrolling. I'm flattering by how long it takes him to scroll. That means I got a lot of credits.
It was. Fuck, I don't know where it is now.
I did a short film while I was in college. This is post Pete and Pete for sure. I appeared in a short film where I played a guy who picked up and delivered blood for medical labs.
Called Expired.
In Boston, called Expired.
Yeah, that was one.
And it was directed by Alice Stone, who had previously done some really cool documentaries and since then had done some cool documentaries, as well as some fiction stuff. And had a lot of fun doing it, even though the weather in Boston in May was ridiculous. It was like friggin' Buffalo in January for some reason. And everybody this is while I was in college, everybody in school was like living it up because it was the end of the school year back down
you were
in
out
New
there
York.
working.
Yeah, and I was having fun, I'll admit. I was like shooting a paintball gun and climbing
Oh, yeah.
fire escapes, and in retrospect, it looks really bad. And respect to Alice for, not deciding to put it on the internet.
I wanted
Just
to see it.
because I look like a crazed killer. But
Let me re-edit that shit.
God,
Well,
I have to see this film.
a crazed killer who declares a war on meter maids in Boston. It's really a different time. It's quite innocuous. It's pre 9/11, and I played a character named Trevor. And the first scene that we did, my very first thing when I got there, very first thing, drive to Boston, time to work. Night shot. I'm on a fire escape with a black trench coat, holding a large gun.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
It was great. You know, I was already completely on board with the film and all that. It was just a jarring way to get into it. Had fun. It definitely made sense for me for people who have to get around Boston automotively or by bike. I have pity for both and sympathy.
Well, now they all got scooters. Every city in the Union.
Oh, Lord.
I think the producers of that film
Good afternoon,
developed the
Jeremy.
reality show Miami Tow.
What is that?
They have
I run a
like,
tow
it's
truck.
like a,
Oh, I was
you
thinking
know, it's over
TOE.
like the TOW.
Oh, I mean, they
whatever
have
they're
Dr.
called,
Pepper
wherever they're
Pirates.
called.
was
That's when
pretty
they
sure.
follow Philadelphia and Miami.
Miami Tow is
Like-
about a cosmetic podiatrist who's on 24-hour call, who's on 24-hour retainer with some of the richest.
Thinking about a pinky lift.
Yeah. Think about piggy toe left.
If I had a nickel
Yeah,
for
yeah,
every
yeah.
time someone came in here and said, "I stepped on a pop top,
Yeah, I'd have a
cut up my flip flops."
I'd have $60 million like I do right now.
All these margarita parrot head motherfuckers.
Putting my kids through college and tiling my pool with pure dentine.
How about we go to another voicemail, James?
Good afternoon, Jeremy, Danny, Mike.
First billing on
This is
that.
Katie, and I was just giving you a call.
Hi, Katie.
because I am driving to the illustrious Mahoning Valley at this moment.
Okay, can we stop with Ohio?
And I have to say, I have never heard the Mahoning Valley mentioned on a podcast as much as I have yours. Unless there's some sort of Mahoning Valley centric podcast.
This
out
could be a
there,
spin-off
so
of
anything's
our
possible.
podcast,
I
Katie.
really don't know though. But anyway, it just makes me giggle every time I hear it because I'm from there originally.
Youngstown?
Don't get a lot of play. So just wanted to call and let you know that I appreciate the show and you guys are super fun and I enjoy hearing about what's going on with you. Have an excellent day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
I think Mike and I have to be like baptized in the Ohio River so we can actually like become
I don't want to be a Buckeye.
honorary Ohioans.
I'm happy-
I'm okay with it, man. I
I'm
think
happy
it's okay
being a
to.
Brooklynite.
No, it's
Listen,
fine.
if
But
there
it's
were
like
any
if you're getting like a nod from somewhere, if they're like, "Here, we want to give you the keys to the city."
Yeah, if you wear a leek on your head, you'll be a Welshman. It doesn't mean you were born in
Wow.
Wales. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's a tip of the hat, is what
I'm
he's
just saying. I'm not saying that I want to claim it. I'm saying that it's nice to be recognized as someone who like, oh man, you care about our state. Like that's cool.
Let me
Thank you.
let me put that into simpler terms. You could choose Jersey or Ohio. What would you choose?
Wow.
I'd take the gun and shoot myself twice.
That's fucked up.
That's not good. You choose Ohio.
You're in an elevator with New Jersey and Ohio. Who do you shoot first? And the answer is I shoot the elevator control panel.
Thank you, Katie, for sending in that.
Yeah, and thank you, Katie, in Youngstown, because we know that everybody in the Mahoning Valley goes to Youngstown because it's where it's happening. University of Youngstown Extension. Now,
Make sure you go to Cedars in Youngstown. Great bar. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Here's another one.
Hi, Danny, Mike, and Jeremy. This is Kyron again.
back in your
Carolina.
natural place.
Now, you guys can be friends and still have different opinions. So my question is, what is a brand that one of you dislikes or likes, but the other ones don't?
Sure.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Sure.
Interesting.
Sure. I can never forgive Earthquaker devices for what they did to my family.
What?
They died in a horrible
Stop it.
vibrato incident where the overdrive was taken far too high and they vibrated apart. They lost integration, and so they disintegrated due to one of Danny's.
And then they made a pedal out of it called
Yeah.
the bellows, and it just it's
captures
just
the-
fire.
yeah, it captures
it's just
their-
fire coming out.
their soul,
which is
escaping.
it's a great dirt pedal if you're looking for good quality, fun dirt. And
We're not
distortion.
getting money for this.
I don't give a
Dan.
shit. You're talking shit about Earthquaker. I'm pumping it up. So there we go. This is what you were looking for, isn't it?
Kron, I'm trying to think of a brand that I hate that that everyone loves, and
It's Instagram.
it's Instagram or it's Seinfeld.
That's it. That might be it.
Oh, Instagram and Seinfeld. Both of those are serious differences that you and I share.
Yeah.
Also, I can tolerate LaCroix. I can tolerate it. I don't like it, but I know that this guy right here
I wouldn't.
Garbage.
I wouldn't
Garbage.
rinse my enemy's assholes with that stuff.
I prefer
If
the
available.
cheapest seltzer there is, vintage over LaCroix.
Vintage is
I
great.
would open a Canada Dry and leave it out for a week before I drank a LaCroix. Before I drank a LaCroix, and not check it for flies or whatever had gone in the middle.
All right.
What are your feelings on Waterloo that we had here that one time that I ended up buying too from Whole Foods?
I don't
because
mind
was
it.
on-
Let
was
me
cheap and on sale.
Let me tell you,
It was very good.
The kids have never been sharper with the memes than with the White Claw getting unmasked and realizing that it's Zima underneath. Kids,
I've never seen that.
White Claw
Is that a
is
meme?
White Claw is Zima. Kids, don't be fooled.
This is like the fantasy football is just
Is D&D for jocks?
Yeah.
Did I ever tell?
Prove me wrong.
Did I ever tell you the story of how when I was a freshman in high school and was at a senior cut day?
My Aunt
You ever
Carolyn
talk-
tackled
did
me
you
off.
Ever talk about this? No. Well, the first and only time I ever drank Zima, I was at a senior cut day for a friend of mine at another school, and
What
we were
to
all
show
drinking.
support?
It was just how it was. I don't know.
It was done.
Somehow, my buddy Chris Bromley, who's a family friend, he took me to a scene because he was kind of like an older brother figure to me.
It sounds like somebody the Devils would sign. Chris Bromley.
Chris Bromley was signed. He took me to this party in a different town and got very drunk on Zima. And the guy whose house it was, his mom calls at like 3:30 and is like, "I'm coming home from work early." Everybody scatters.
Except
Chris Bromley was cool enough to drive a stick shift.
drunk.
No, he was too drunk. He was passed out. So his buddy, who I hadn't seen the whole night, who was playing video games in the back of the house, drove his car. Didn't know how to drive a stick. We like get 2 blocks away, and we're at like a T intersection, and he goes to make a left turn
And he
through the
stalls
T
out.
intersection, and he must have hit the gas instead of the clutch, and he flies into a tree. So Chris Bromley's lying in the back. Sorry, I'm Chris. I'm fucking totally blowing your ass up right now.
What are you talking about? It's not like he put himself in the car. You dragged him there.
Well, yeah, he was lying back, so he goes flying in the back, so he pukes all over himself. So that I'll keep going with
It
that.
tastes like Zima.
The guy who was driving, his head hits the windshield, cracks it. My head hits the
Dash.
the dashboard, and whatever. I'm all fucked up. He gets out of the car.
So this must have been a great
Dude,
buzz.
This is crazy.
This must have been a great buzz at this point because you have Zima and then the head
Yeah.
impact.
Oh, and what I forgot to tell you is that
You listened to Fish for the first time that
no,
day?
No. I grabbed 2 bottles of Boons because they were on the table, and I was like, "We gotta take this
with us. Yeah, we can take this with us. Yeah. So then there's more
So there
evidence
was,
for them
and
to
that
find.
like shattered in the car too. So there was like alcohol all over the
God.
car.
And that's
This is like a tree that's in the front lawn of this like suburban house.
the mayor of town.
Woman like comes out like, what the fuck? She smells fucking booze in the car. I'm fucking wasted. I'm like 14 years old, like very drunk. And the guy who was
endorsement
driving is
contract.
like sitting. I just remember him sitting on like the curb, like fuck, like seeing all because he was 18.
Pete and Pete had just ended.
He was 18 years old, so he got in a lot of trouble for endangering the welfare of a child.
Of this
and,
minor.
this minor here. My parents had to pick me up at the police station in this town, and they were so disappointed in me, and I was so wasted, and it was all because of Zima.
Fucking Zima, man.
So
is
if you're drinking White Claw,
does he have a permanent record?
do it responsibly. I don't know. I never saw the kid again. Chris Bromley's fine. He's doing good.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I
He's
heard.
I think he's a professor. somewhere.
No, I heard he was like +3 on the ice for the Devils last year.
Hey, Danny and Mike. This is Edwin Romero from Connecticut.
Oh, hey, Edwin.
Hey, Edwin.
Just calling to tell you guys I'm getting into contact with you now. I tried to send you a message on your website, but for some reason the contact wasn't working.
Yeah, I think that's WordPress.
So I'm
That's
leaving
WordPress.
you a voicemail.
Thank you, Edwin.
Seeing what's going on, how's everything been since the convention.
Chilling.
So forth.
Good. It's been about a month.
Well,
We're
anyway,
we're making it
keep
rain.
in contact and get back to me whenever you are available. Thank you.
Bleep out his number. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no numbers there.
Thank you.
Shout out.
No, we figured you were going to leave your number at the end, so we'd have to bleep it out.
And
Yeah, we don't want our listeners prank calling you.
We shot a small interview with Edwin, I believe, at Connecticon in Hartford,
Yeah,
home of the
we did.
Whalers.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it was a good time.
Okay. All right. That was Connecticon.
Connecticon.
Yes, it's not just a clever name. It's a con too.
You ready for another one?
Yeah.
Yo, The Adventures of Danny and Michael.
Oh, this guy.
How we
this
doing,
guy.
I think I heard this
So I
one.
heard you guys are talking aches, pains, and cravings today. All right, well let's talk cravings. Boom, Taylor ham sandwiches. I need it. Chicago hot dogs. Who doesn't?
Wait a second.
My mom.
How when you go from Taylor ham to Chicago style, you're like you've
This
gone
sounds like
you've gone a third of the way across the country.
they're just noticing how Ohio heavy the rest of all our calls are.
They're like we gotta get we gotta go right over.
Completely omitting that state.
No, I
Yeah.
believe he's referencing a couple episodes ago when we were. That was one of the early dad episodes where you had aches and pains and were tired and having no sleep.
Oh
and-
yeah. Okay.
I believe that's what
thank
he's
you for the context. Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Mom's macaroon cookies.
Oh,
Well, that's not-
Perfection. Let's see. As far as aches and pains go, I gotta say the biggest pain in the ass is being outbid on eBay at the last second. Last night I was 2 seconds away from winning Wilson. You know, from Castaway.
What are we gonna do with it?
He had his ass on eBay last night.
Right? You would have. You were gonna fuck the basket. It was a
Wait a second.
volleyball.
Yeah.
You were gonna
Wait
fuck
a
the
second.
volleyball. You were gonna fuck the volleyball.
I don't know about fucking the volleyball,
What are you
but I mean,
talking
hey,
about?
look, if you could get, if there was a real Wilson from Castaway, they
Right.
had to have had like at least 10 of them.
Oh, at
Right?
least.
What do you
At
think?
least.
Yeah.
What do you think
it
Tom
goes
Hanks?
for?
What do you think Tom Hanks did between takes?
He wasn't.
He was fucking the
Then
volleyball
he has
too,
a-
bro.
Well, then he has a very tiny penis because the only hole in the back of that volleyball
Okay,
is
let's-
very
They
small.
never showed you the entire
very
thing.
tiny.
They never showed you the whole
If
thing at
you're
once.
if your penis looks like the end of an air pump,
Did you ever see the
Then
lower half of
you
Tom
might-
Hanks and then the entire half of the ball in the same?
That's
room at
true.
the same
They
time?
never were. Zemeckis, a master.
I almost won it. I'm still pissed about that.
Yeah, no, sniping.
I don't know
is-
who the hell Waldo
sucks.
had 95 is.
Waldo had
If I see that
95.
guy, he's a dead man.
Fuck that guy. Yeah.
All right, boys. Keep up the great shows. I'll talk to you guys later.
Oh, we love
love that guy.
we love doing the show, and we love talking about our aches and pains. It's good to be human, and
He's got such a good voice.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
a good. That's a real.
people in the rest of the country, not just in Ohio, have aches and pains.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
do.
people in Michigan have pain, and Mississippi, and Nevada,
Montana.
Mm.
New Mexico, and
Mhm.
But they have green chili. They can just like
rub on it.
rub them.
What do you think about that? What do you think about capsaicin as the new as a pain reliever? You know about
I don't
this?
know about that.
You know about this?
No.
Come on, they sell this stuff on the TV.
Well, no. I mean,
No, I don't watch television.
What do you, you're just more of an Xboxer?
I'm an Xboxer, and I
Shut
cut
the
the.
fuck up. That's my joke.
Uh,
You love that. That's the only. That's okay. Let's put some. Let's put this into perspective. The first time Mike and I worked together, basically pre-podcast, we shot a video for Man Boobs called "Nightlines with a Z."
we did a movie called The Messenger,
Yeah, but I'm saying like work together as in create stuff and we
as
did a
in this
video.
as in this apartment.
Yeah.
It was 10 years ago on a night just
over there.
like this.
Yeah, it was right
Anyway.
next door.
I was very. I remember being very.
Intimidated.
Nope. Thankful.
Orgiastic.
Or what's it called? I like that you liked. I'm more of an Xboxer. That's I enjoyed that you.
Oh,
enjoyed that
did
writing.
we watch some
That might have been the
some
first
man
and last
boobs?
thing that you thought was funny from Jeremy.
No, from Man Boobs, but not from Jeremy.
Oh,
Did
see,
we
yeah,
watch-
don't
Look
open
at
your
it,
mouth.
just comes out so quickly.
Did we watch some Man Boobs videos that night or something that we talked about it? Or
No, I think it was in the. I think it was in the sketch, wasn't it? Didn't we
was.
reuse it into the?
I'm more of an
I don't know.
Xboxer.
Somehow or another, yes, we came across it, but
an early note of agreement between
Yes.
myself and Jeremy.
yes, and boy, there weren't very many.
At that, yeah, you got to mine the gems because few and far between at that point.
All right, we got a couple more voicemails here. This one and one more to wrap this up. So
Okay.
settle in.
Okie dokie.
listeners. It's
Fine.
coming to an end. Get
Okie
ready.
dokie.
I'm ready.
Hey guys.
What?
I'm in bed.
Okay.
pretty late night out last night.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh boy.
What happened?
Show, I puked for the first time.
Oh no, like Danny behind a car.
Getting pretty old. Do that, I guess. Maybe you're never too old.
That's right. It keeps you young. Puking keeps you young.
To vomit.
Okay, let's just pause it right here. This is obviously a late night drunk call. So this person is obviously hammered.
You've made a few of these calls. That's how you recognize.
Yeah, I was gonna.
What's your criteria?
The long
How would you deduce that?
Go ahead.
What is Cedar Ridge whiskey? I don't know if you guys have ever had Cedar Ridge whiskey, but it's
what?
And he's drinking whiskey.
Really good.
Fear-based whiskey. All I heard was, have you ever had fear-based whiskey? What?
Vomit. What is Cedar Ridge whiskey? I don't know if
Cedar Ridge whiskey.
Cedar Ridge whiskey.
Nah, it's probably a brand we hate after.
It's really good.
It depends on the voicemail.
Seagram's whiskey?
It gets you drunk.
That's fair. Canadian.
Delicious.
Gets you drunkalicious.
There's some pizza in there, though. And,
okay.
That
Pizza in the...
That doesn't mix well with the
Pizza
whiskey.
whiskey would work.
putting that joint at the end of the night is what really got me.
This is amazing.
I think you puked.
This is so good.
I think you puked.
This is a classic. This is a classic.
I tried watching Pride and Prejudice when I got home.
Did you try watching Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, or did you watch?
That was the mistake.
Did you try watching Pride and Prejudice?
I think that's very good. But that is, look, you can't get
mix
too drunk
and then
eat too much food
and then
smoke a joint
and then
get the spins.
Watch Pride and Prejudice.
Oh yeah, watch
Zombies.
You have just described largely man boobs as the 10 years that we
the genesis of man boobs.
No, we weren't puking afterwards.
I got home and just couldn't focus. Darcy was spinning.
Mr. Darcy.
Boy, you guys, love you guys.
Hey, thanks for calling.
We hope you sobered up, and
I'm sure you're. Please call back to make sure you're alive. We would like to know about your well-being. So if you could just send us
if you could just hold your
another
face
voicemail
closer
at
to the phone when you talk.
347-470-8150. We'd like to know that you're okay.
Yes,
yeah,
please.
or you can video.
Or you can call us back wasted again.
You
Just
can
like
video
that.
call us
Whatever
and
you
hold a
choose.
mirror in front of your mouth so we can see the fog from your breath, and we'll know you're alive.
Why? What the hell are you doing?
Oh no!
Oh no! We've come to the last voicemail.
Podcast network.
I just wanted to play it. I did see a note on here, so I'm presuming you're going to need that guitar.
Again, it's like we do these things, but am I going to be a dance monkey dance scenario? Like someone's going to ask me to do something?
Just answer the voicemail.
Probably.
Okay, fine.
Hi guys, my name's Clarissa. I love the show.
What's up, Clarissa?
Danny, I just want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Alfie's adorable.
Oh, thank
you.
you.
And my question: can you guys play Marmalade Cream? It's my favorite song. Thanks, guys. Oh.
All right, Dan.
Man.
Boy, he looks like he's been put on the spot because he has.
Marmalade cream.
You know what I
mean? Marmalade cream.
So sweet in between.
Just give me some sugar and something sweet. Marmalade cream.
Is this Led Zeppelin?
It's a tangerine dream. Then that's all I remember. But let me tell you something.
Good job.
That's plenty, Clarissa.
I hope. Clarissa, I hope that was okay for you.
I think that's enough for a ringtone.
And I love those Johnny and Frankie voicemails. Those are great.
Which one is Johnny and which one is Frankie?
That's the thing. We never know.
Oh, I don't know. That's the guy that was in the previous
email. The previous.
He's the guy who talks like this.
He sounds repressed, but like he wants something from us. I don't know what it is.
Well, I think he's a mob boss.
He's gotten plenty of airtime.
I think he's a mob boss, and I don't think we want to piss him off.
But he hasn't been using us to send any coded messages to anybody. So
but we don't know. Maybe the questions that he asked that we answer are,
There were no questions. We answered nothing.
If you have questions of your own, give us a call. 347-470-8150.
Yeah, let us know at theadventuresofdannyandmike.com with the
hand spelled out. Let's not forget that.
Thank you.
With the hand spelled out. That's so fucking stupid.
This is the point where I usually
say that Yeah.
That you shouldn't be playing and I should be playing and we should be doing Thunder.
Thunder.
Yeah. No.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you so much for tuning in this minisode.
That's how we wrap it up, man.
Check
That's
us
how
out.
we wrap this up.
Give us some.
Thank you for leaving your voicemails at 347-470-8150. We're definitely mining your voicemails for content.
Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Danny and Mike with the N spelled out. Also, check out the Last Podcast Network, lastpodcastnetwork.com, or any of their great shows. This guy right here on my right is at Michael C. Maronna. To his right, at D. Tamberelli.
Yes, it's me.
I am at Remy Balon on most things, and at Jeremy Balon on the Instas. How about you give a look at our tour schedule? It's coming out at DannyMike.com.
Check our tour sched. We're in Scranton. House of Independence. We go down to southern Jersey, then the next day Pennsylvania. Then on Monday I'm right back to work.
Not bad. Thank you all for listening.
Bye.
We'll see you soon. The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamberelli and Michael C. Maronna. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Balon. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure to check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.